Buying a car. Where and what? It is worth getting a used car in Australia as you can easily find reliable second-hand cars in good condition. Many people move overseas or to another state and not taking their cars due to the different regulations and countless paperwork associated with the re-registration and safety testing. As a consequence of this, the best way is to buy a used car in the state where you would like to settle down long term. You can trust Australian sellers, you get what is offered. No surprises in most of the cases. It is not too difficult to find a 10-year-old car with 30 or 50,000 kilometers run. The largest seller and buyer sites are Carsales and Gumtree. I personally recommend Carsales for your first car purchase from a private seller. Clearly, car dealers also advertise on Carsales. You can also check new car dealerships and their websites. They usually trade in the old car with the new car purchase. You may find great deals here too. Carsales site is very user-friendly. You can search and filter any specific features you are interested in. I insist on buying from the first or the second owner with low kilometers below 100,000. In general, the most expensive maintenance costs occur over 100,000 kilometers. You can check the history of the desired car on Carsales by clicking the Car Fact icon. It will cost you $30 to $60, but it is worth it. Check the registration, and when it expires, the longer the better. You save costs for yourself, as if the previous owner paid for a year and there are still 10 months to go. It's a bonus for you. You need to renew Rego every year. Don't forget to ask the current owner about accidents and hail damage, visible imperfections, regular maintenance, and service books. Also about write-off. Ask if you can bring a mobile mechanic to do a thorough inspection. An experienced professional can tell you right away if the car needs maintenance and can also provide estimated costs if you decide to purchase. This inspection will cost you about $200 to $300. Money well spent, especially if you are going for a higher value car. If you have any of the slightest doubt, don't buy it. Keep searching. The price is usually negotiable. It is widely accepted that you can shave off 5 to 10% of the advertised price. If you want a new car, you can also negotiate the price with the dealer. However, they tend to offer you extras, like window tint, free of charge instead of a big discount. A useful site to check out for estimating ongoing costs is below. Registration. It is mandatory to renew the registration every year to be able to drive the vehicle. It's like a type of tax. The document is called Rego. It identifies the vehicle and it must be in the name of the owner. When you drive a used car, you need to transfer the Rego to your name. You need to budget for these two ongoing expenses even if you are not driving a single kilometer. Maintenance. As the above example demonstrates, registration, safety checks are fixed costs above general maintenance. Before you buy a car, calculate all the car-related expenses and set your budget. If you purchase a premium brand like BMW, Volvo, the negotiated price may look awesome, but don't forget that premium brands have higher maintenance and spare part costs. The most popular brands are Japanese and Korean cars. Maintaining a Japanese vehicle will cost you 20 to 50% less versus a European or US model, and many service operators like Asian cars. Insurance. There are two types of car insurance in Australia. First one is the compulsory insurance, or CTP. It is mandatory and you will not be able to renew your registration without it. It offers compensation for people injured or killed when your vehicle is involved in an accident. CTP costs depend on the type of car, age of the car, where you live, your age, gender, driving and claims history. For an average car, it is around $300 to $500 per year. The other one is an optional car insurance. It has various options, can be third party or comprehensive. As the name suggests, comprehensive offers the highest level of cover for yourself, for the other vehicle, and for property damages during an incident. It can minimize your out-of-pocket costs for the repair of your vehicle. Third-party insurance covers the costs and the damages caused to the other car, but does not include your own vehicle. The Below Government website offers you a good overview of the different insurance options and what they cover. I definitely advise to get comprehensive car insurance if you have a mid or higher value car. The prices range across Australia and they are different in each state. An example goes from $650 to $2,500 annually, where $650 in WA for drivers over 50 is the lowest, and $2,500 in New South Wales for male drivers under 25 is the highest. You have many comparison sites that help you evaluate and pick the right insurance for you. To summarize, please see a quick table and an example for a 6-year-old white Toyota Corolla, private use, a 38-year-old driver with clean license. This is how much you need to budget for each year. I hope this chapter gave you a little bit of overview on transport and getting around in Australia. Here is a quick summary of key points. A major mode of transport is still a car. Check and obey the traffic rules, otherwise you need to cop a fine and you may lose your license. Swap your overseas license as soon as you can. Don't risk driving drunk. Breath tests are very common and frequent. Before buying a car, set your budget and understand fixed and optional costs to maintain a vehicle. Safe driving on the left side. Keep to the middle of the lane. As you could see, Australia has a variety of transport options for getting around. However, it is still a car country. The vast size of the nation and its low population density mean that public transportation is limited in many areas, making the car the main mode of transport. There's definitely much less traffic. You can be alone, especially if you're driving outside of metro areas. Most of the time when I drive to Canberra from Sydney, which is about a 4-hour drive, I feel very lonely. Driving around the countryside is quite a pleasant experience, but do not underestimate the distances. Here is a personal story from me to illustrate how naive I was. I had to go to Coffs Harbour from Sydney, 520 kilometers, about 320 miles. This was my first long-distance road trip. I had a meeting booked in at 10 a.m. and I thought that I could do 500 kilometers in about 4 hours. I thought I would leave at 6 a.m. to be there safely by 10 a.m. When my Australian colleague heard about my plan, he was rolling with laughter. He said, if I want to be there by 10 a.m., I should leave the previous day. It would take me at least 8 hours drive with some occasional short breaks.
At that time, you had to slow down in school zones to 40 kilometers per hour on Pacific Highway. He was right. It was a long drive. I had to reschedule my appointment for 4 p.m. in the afternoon. It was a very, very, very long drive. Very boring. You need to be very careful not to fall asleep. Today you can do it in 6 hours as they upgraded the road, but the maximum speed you can go on these so-called fast roads is 110 kilometers per hour, 68 miles per hour. Snail speed. Get used to huge distances and that you need to stop to have a break and a Kit Kat. If you live near city centers, you don't need a car, of course. You can walk, ride a bike, use public transport. It is easy to rent a car or pick up one through car sharing apps. And you can do some trips during the weekend. Safe driving and see you in the next chapter. Have a good one.